Okay, good. So I just wanted to start by saying that in Red Thread, it's really helpful to us to, after a show, we record all our shows, and after the show, I go and look at it and I say, oh, we kind of missed the deeper story, or this was really too literal of a playback, or this really needed to have more scenes in it, or this needed to have less scenes in it, or whatever the thing. And then we redo it at least once, sometimes a couple times, or sometimes just parts of it. And this helps us to, what I say, like, it carves new pathways in our brain to do things differently than when it's time to do a new story. We have more tools in our tool belt of ways to do things. And it has really helped in Red Thread a lot. So I highly recommend that. And then, so anyway, what we're going to do is take little bits of stories, and I'm going to ask us to play them back in scenes, and we can sort of see how that feels. So the first one we're going to do. Oh, let me back up a little bit. For us, whenever we're doing a scene or playing a teller's actor, and everyone has this different, but for us, we always use a cloth costume. And we actually play with them a lot about how we can do them and what we can do with the cloth to make a cool costume that it sets us out. And again, like Anne, they don't pick the teller's actor, so you're not going to do that. But I always think anytime you're going to play a character, a cloth helps you, especially on Zoom, because it stands out. You know, and it helps people to give a flavor for what the character might be. So I'm a big fan of that. However, that is the choice of how your company does things. But I have, for us, if we're coming on to place a scene with people, always some kind of cloth.
Just the teller's actor, or
so yeah,
anyone?
So we have teller's actor. So the thing that's cool for us is that the teller's, like, if I chose this as my teller's actor, every time I come on screen, I have this, so people know that I'm the teller's actor. But now, if Lisa was coming on screen, do you have a cloth, Lisa? So if Lisa was coming on screen as, you know, my friend who was going to make the party, now she has a different cloth. So I'm like, you know, Frankie, I really don't think we should have the party. And, you know, Frankie's like, oh, we're having the party. Okay, so now we kind of have, it's clear who she is. If she plays that same character again, then she wears the same cloth. And again, I think on Zoom, it's so helpful for people to have that immediate visual, like, okay, this is who we are. So that's why I like this little thing I did. I've never done it exactly like this. And I'm kind of like, yeah, this is good. So we'll spend 30 minutes just playing with how we can wear different costumes in different ways with different cloth. Like that's a play that we do, like, and it's super fun. And everybody gets really creative. And then we see lots of great costumes come on. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is, there was a story that a woman told about how she was being a nanny, and this guy came into the house and he was speaking Spanish and he had a machete in his hands, and she was super afraid of him. And then it turned out he was there to kill some chickens for them to have dinner. And so they sat down to dinner. They had the chicken dinner. The guy was there with his wife. And the deeper story was, this was a way of her to not have, like, it was basically about kind of being afraid of someone who speaks another language. Now, of course, he did have a machete, but that might be a reason to be afraid. But anyway, just her opening herself to people being different. She's not used to. We don't have people come in our houses that are there as a job to kill our chicken for dinner. So it was like opening her mind to a different culture and people doing things differently. but we showed this deeper story through a conversation of the chickens. So I want 2 people to play the chickens. Who thinks they would like to try playing the chickens? You cannot get it wrong. You're just going to try. We're here. This is a workshop for us to screw up majorly. Good. Ed and Ann will be the chickens. Decide on a cloth for you to come in. I'm going to give y'all 4 lines. And the challenge to you is, can you show us the deeper story through your conversation as chickens? Just try, see what happens. So again, deeper stories like opening your mind up, connecting to other people who have different backgrounds and different beliefs and different cultural experiences. Okay, so find a chicken cloth. If you don't have a chicken cloth, you can make something into a chicken cloth, or you can just put a cloth on yourself. All right, and so once let's have you actually walk on, and why don't you be the initiator, Anne? And then there'll be a second, because like you're initiating the chickens, and like Ed goes, oh, we're going to be chickens. So Ed is throwing on his outfit for chickens. Okay, let's watch.
Just hate it when something strange comes into my coop.
In the coop?
You?
Coop? She's in the coop?
Oh, are you scared of me?
You're don't understand you. Don't, don't.
Scared chicken.
Chicken.
Aren't you?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
that's your 4 lines. Good, stay there, stay there, stay there. Good. Okay, so nice job. So here's the thing, you're trying to make really good discoveries of this situation, and you need to get to it more. Does that make sense? So okay.
You're saying like it needed to get into the heart quicker somehow, or
You need
it
to get
didn't
into the heart quicker.
So part of what's, I love this because it's completely confusing to me.
Yes, good. That means you're learning something, right?
Right. When you say we're doing the deeper story as the chickens.
Yeah.
Are
What
we
does that mean?
chickens in the story that are going to be killed by the man?
Yeah.
Or are we just being chickens, sort
You
of being the
can
people?
you
being
can be
her,
right.
or
You can
anything?
be any, it depends on what serves the story is the answer to that. It's 100%, it's open. So you're coming in as the chicken. You came in with the idea of like, you're showing that as the chicken, I don't like things coming into my coop. Now, for me, Ed, you need to get to it and say, well, I'm different and you like me. And then she's like, oh, you're right. Boom, that's the scene.
Can we
You
just
want to
try
try
doing
that?
that?
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah.
Good. So just quick and dirty.
I hate it when strange creatures come into my coop. My coop.
Well, I'm in your coop.
Yeah, you're kind of strange, but I like you.
Okay, good. Nice. Very nice.
I sort of see how that like.
Yeah. Okay,
Right.
let me show you how we did it. And
Ooh.
you stay on. You're gonna follow me, Anne. And I'll give you this.
You're saying you want me to be acting in the scene with you and I'll
Yes.
respond to you?
Yes, that's correct.
Do I do the same?
You're gonna be a chicken
Okay.
and you'll respond. Okay. Well, Felicity, I think it's my turn to give my life over.
Thank you for saving the rest of us.
It's for a good purpose. You know what I mean? Like, they'll eat me and they'll start coming together.
Nothing brings people together more than a good chicken dinner.
I know. Bye. Been fun.
Go well, peacemaker.
Okay.
Wow, wow. That's so brilliant.
Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah.
So, but I would say that this, you definitely need to practice this kind of stuff, because this is really like a little out there. Don't expect yourself to do this, especially the people that you all are just starting. Don't expect yourself to get to this right away. I'm kind of throwing some stuff up on your future pathway to pick up as you go.
I'm curious, are you saying, did you actually do this spontaneously in performance, or
Yeah.
when you reviewed the piece?
No,
you
we
didn't?
did this in performance. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh no, maybe we didn't do this one. I think we did a shark one in performance. That's what happened. This one was a rehearsal one, and then we did then the next time, and someone told about a shark, and two people played the sharks, and then they brought the balloons. Two people played sharks, and they brought in the deeper story as the sharks. Thank you for clarifying. Yes. And so, but yeah. And their thing was just like, I can't even remember that story. I just remember. So we have played many. We've also played where it's like, you know, you're the guy that's going to come kill the chickens, and I'm the chicken, and we have a conversation. You know,
Nice. Yeah.
Felicity, you're my favorite chicken. So that's why today it's going to be your job to bring people together. Thank you. You know, whatever. Okay, what questions do you have about that one? Super fun. All right, so next one is going to be, so we're going to play for a minute, because I'm going to have Lisa and Diana, you're going to do this one. So this was a story about a woman living in Ireland who needed to go back to Canada and empty a storage unit of a lot of things that she and her husband, wedding presents and a lot of the things, because they thought they were returning to Canada. But then she realized, no, the deeper story really was about going into the storage unit and realizing these were the things of the past. And she needed to let these go to move on with her future. So we're going to have a moment of playing before you do that, of what can you do with cloth to make yourself the storage unit. So I want everybody to go off screen, get yourself together with something you think would be a fun storage unit. And I would, you know, use mostly this part of your body, because in this we're doing a scene, so we're usually close to the screen. So play with what you think.
Just with cloth, or could it be anything in your surroundings?
It can, but I'm just going to challenge you for cloth right now.
Okay.
Okay, good, everybody. You can see I like to use a lot of cloth. That's one of my favorite things to do. So now notice how, so good, Ed. So Ed and Anne, put that on your body as a costume. Make it there you go. And what can you put on your head, Ed? Good. Do you have any other, do you have anything else? I really like this a lot, the thing that you're doing, Diana. Can you put any color on there too? Because if you put a little color, oh, that's fun. That's fun. Ed, can you put a, do you have something you can tie that on with?
I have a dish prep.
Cool, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you
Do
go.
it this way.
Or you can even bundle it up. So Ed, the reason I'm saying tie it on, as soon as you start acting something like
yeah.
that falls off. But if you have like a long cloth, you can tie that on. That looks amazing. Okay, very cool and nice.
I know I look like I'm a bride.
Well, you know, like see if you can do something else. Can you squish up your cloth and make little there you okay, that's fun, Ed. That's fun, yes. Oh yeah, there you go, Ed. Fun. Oh, good, Anne. That looks nice. I like that. That's like that goes. Can you get something on your head, Anne? Maybe. I don't know. Just asking. Good, Lisa. I like this. Yeah, tie it. See if you can make some weird little tying, like tie some little bows or little knots or something. Good, 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 good. The fun thing is that as a storage unit, you're sort of a mess. So anything you can, so that's the fun thing is, can you play with it so you can get the spirit? That's awesome, Ed. That looks great. Good, good, everybody.
It's interesting because I can see the ways that I still feel like there's these guidelines. Like part of playback is you never use scarves as costumes. The scarves are only metaphors. And I hear you really clearly saying like, yes, but because of both the strengths and limitations of Zoom, like I hear that it's so helpful to the audience to be able to really get quickly, all right, you're that character, and how much the scarves can help as costume instead of
Yeah, I think
costume. Yeah,
I had that same problem with props. I was really resistant to using props. And then I saw how beautifully they helped the theater on the playback
as long
on.
as they're not like, I really appreciate that you keep honing us into what's the heart of the story and how do you get there quickly. I feel like a lot of times on Zoom I've seen troops use props and use scarves and use sort of gimmicks instead of good acting and good listening. So as long as they supplement really good acting instead of take the place of good acting. Do you know what I mean?
Agreed. So if I come on, so this time also play with having a character because the character makes the thing. I know, isn't this fun? Who's gonna not look at this? They're gonna look. They're gonna listen. Like this is, you know, you want that. Who's not gonna listen to Ed? Look at him. You want to know what Ed has to say. You know, I mean, the more fun you have with it. So yes, I think it's true, Anne, that Zoom, we had to break some of the rules. I mean, we don't break the ritual, but we break some of the like rules. And but I think, you know, it's like then when I played the storage character, I had to, hey, I'm carrying all your stuff around here, Christine. I'm still here, you know. Okay, so that also can add, if you have a character, that can add to what's happening. All right, so take off your costumes. They're beautiful. And except for who wants to play the storage unit between Diana and Lisa?
Diana, you want to play the storage unit?
Yeah, so that sounds good. So Diana,
I guess so, yeah.
you keep
Oh,
your
yeah,
outfit on.
okay.
Good, perfect. So you're going to be the storage shed. And you can play a character. You can play a character like I did or play your own character. I don't care. And Lisa, you're going to be Christine. You're the one who has come here And you are discovering the deeper story, which is there's a lot of stuff in there that doesn't mean anything to you anymore. And you know that you need to let it go to move on with your life. Does that make sense? So let's see what happens. Do your best. Feel free to mess it up royally. This is a workshop. That's why you're here. Okay. Let's watch.
So many things.
Thanks. We got things in here. We got vases, plates, and cups, and all kinds of knickknacks, and you name it. We've got it in the storage unit.
I just need me now.
All right, and let's stop there. That was so beautiful. Wow, Lisa, great job. I loved this. And here is a good example of what Anne was talking about before, about leaving space for things to breathe. And y'all did such a nice job on that. You're Lisa, you really took your time with stuff. And I loved that. And Diana, the character was great. And so Lisa too, I would even just make a suggestion. I'm going to have you do it one more time, is like have more of a relationship between you. But also, Lisa, you can do this is where you get into passing cloth and stuff too. We're not going to do that today, but the storage shed do you still need this, and give it over and the person takes it and talks about what it is. But Lisa, the way you were lifting that cloth was so great. And I think you could have said something like, "Oh, I remember you."
Right, as to not reveal, okay, what it is. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I loved you so much. Yeah, the audience will fill it in.
Right.
Trust
Right.
your audience.
Get anything that wasn't in the story, like it's a wedding dress, or
Yes.
a baby's dress.
Beautiful, beautiful, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you for not adding. And Diana, we didn't have a story, so you don't know if that's the details or not. I would just say, Diana, if you, or everybody, if you knew that those things were said, because they might have said, "Oh, I had plates and cups and everything," and you say that, Diana, that's awesome. Or you, Lisa, either way. But don't add things that they haven't said. So good job, Lisa. But you can also respond. And you had your energy was beautiful. You didn't have to respond, but it would have been satisfying as the audience for you to say, "Oh, wow." And another thing too, look at the thing. I have a terrible time. Like, I'm like, "Oh, and this is such a beautiful thing." No, this is such a beautiful thing. Use your
And you
eyes.
want me to connect with the
And
storage?
connect with your storage shed. Thank
Okay.
you for holding this for me, or whatever you feel.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense, everybody?
Yes. Mhm.
Good. All right. So, and Diana, talk to her like, "Hey, are you going to still leave me here, or what's happening?" Okay, so have a conversation. All right, so we can stop video, Ed and Anne and I. Let's watch.
You've held so much for me for so long.
I've just been sitting here watching over the stuff. The cups, the plates, the saucers, the platters. There's just so much stuff.
And you did a beautiful job. I mean, it's all here. Wow. Wow. This is from a long time ago. Thank you for taking care of this.
Are you gonna still need me? I've been watching over the stuff for 10 years. Are you gonna still need me? I'm getting worried.
Don't worry. You'll be okay. I remember the smell of this. We'll both be okay.
Whoa, beautiful. That was amazing, y'all. So great. I love the character. I loved how you were interacting now. Did you feel that? Did you feel how
Yeah.
that popped? Yeah, you were so immersed in the scene. Beautiful job. All right, everybody come on. Yay, good job.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to do one more quick thing because this is one of my fun things to do. I don't know if all of you can do this. If you can, do it, but if you can't, that's okay. So one person, this was a story about a bad storm coming to their area and a very fearful, like it could have been very dangerous situation, and people did get harmed. It was like a hurricane and a tornado hitting together right near where this person lived. So she has her 2 grandchildren, and she takes her grandchildren into the closet. And what this deeper story was about, different perspectives. For the children, they had a wonderful time in the closet, trying on Nanny's clothes and being so delighted to be in the closet playing games with Nanny. Nanny was terrified that something might happen to her grandchildren. And even years later, when she talks to the grandchildren, they still think of this as the funnest time. And she still thinks of this as one of the scariest times. So we want to show that. So what we're going to do, and this involves moving your computer. So if you can't, you can still do it. It's fine. But I like this and I want to show you this. We usually turn off our computer to move, but I'm just showing you. So now we're in the closet. And so all of the ninjas got in the closet and played the kids. So if anybody can move it down, their computer down on the floor with ease, do it. If you can't, that's fine. And you get super close to your computer.
Mhm.
Isn't this like the funnest thing ever? It's so fun. And so then we're down here and we're like, oh, Nanny, let's get some costumes. Like, get your clothes and we can put them on. And we're like grabbing cloth and we're like putting it on and saying, like, how does this look, Nanny? How does this look? Oh, we should get some blankets. You know, we're putting all the cloth on ourselves. So then at the same time, someone is the teller's actor and they are playing the other side of this. Now, we used it that they did not come down into the closet and they played it in a different way. So I'm going to have 2 people play the fear of the teller's actor. Sorry, play the teller's actor that is afraid of what could happen. So who would like to do that? Raise your little hand. Okay, so Diana's going to do it. Who would like to do that with her? Okay, Ed. So you 2 put your computers back up. And Anne and Lisa and I will be the kids in the closet. And we're going to kind of go back and forth between these 2 things, in some way demonstrating this situation. So like we'll start with the teller's actor. And then you all are going to pause. You don't necessarily have to freeze, but you pause. And then we do a little thing about how fun it is. And then we pause. And then it goes back to you all. And we did not do this well. I mean, we did this part in the story, in the playback, in the show, but we did not emphasize the danger. And that was a missed opportunity on our part. So anyway, that's what we're playing back, all the missed opportunities of Red Thread Playback Theater. There you go. Okay, so all right. So, all right, yes, yes, Ed, what's your question, friend?
Okay, so Diane and I are both going to be the teller. We're
Yes,
just
you're
okay. We're
both,
just
yeah, we're just stretching it out just for fun here.
okay.
See how
There's
that
a dog
goes.
in the closet.
Okay, we're in the closet now. Okay, so go ahead, Ed and Diana, you can begin, and we're just sort of sitting here.
Weather report. The weather report. Look, I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, it's gonna be a tornado and a hurricane all at the same time. Oh my God.
The-
The
I
kids.
hope the lights don't go out.
This is so fun.
I
Man,
think
I love it.
I think this is Nanny's.
Ooh, I'm gonna look for one too.
Yeah, we can all get it. We can put on our, yeah, and we can hide. And let's make a fort, okay?
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
this
that.
is
a fort. I hope we stay here all night.
Let's get check. I'm
Kids,
sure
the
the
kids,
check-in
kids
kids
think
could
this
play
is so
under
much fun.
Okay, pause, hang on. So, kids, pause, go ahead.
The kids think this is the best thing ever. Playtime in the closet with Nanny. If they only knew the truth.
They only knew about what danger we're in. This is just so dangerous. They have no idea. And how am I going to keep them safe? I need to keep them safe.
Okay, you be the mommy and you be the baby. Okay.
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 And I want to make a fort.
Why am I always the baby? Why do I have to be the baby? I think I could be in the nativity like this. Let's do a nativity scene.
Nah.
If we only keep them distracted just for so long, they won't know what is going on, that something bad is coming or might come or might not come. We'll just keep them distracted and laughing and having fun, and they won't know the truth of what's really happening here because I feel a panic attack coming on. But if I stay calm and play with them, and they won't know what's really going on.
Okay, let's stop there for time.
Not sure if I did that right, but all right.
Oh my gosh, y'all, that was so much fun.
That's cool. And I assume, just like you were saying before, Rosie, when we were practicing 3-line scenes.
Yeah.
That even on something so fun and creative, like really one exchange, the kids being the kids, the grown-ups being terrified, like that's it. Then you can stop.
Yep, that's it.
Like I
Exactly.
can feel, and same with I felt with all of us, our tendency to talk a lot more than we needed to. Like one short line, boom, that's it, right? And that's enough.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so basically, if we were going to do this again, I would have us do that where it was very brief. And you know, that she said certain things. She said, oh, the kids tried on her clothes and they made a fort. And if we show that, and we also say, this is the funnest day of our life, we've made the point.
Yeah.
And then if we see the other thing, and I would also say, Diana, what I really is your fear was so palpable, and that was gorgeous. And so I would encourage you to rely on that. And so, as Anna's saying, less words and more, just like, I'm so afraid.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that just, boom, that's it. That's all you need. And so, yeah, and we totally in the show got completely involved in being the kids. It was so much fun.
Felt the same way. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was going to say
exactly.
that. I totally forgot we were doing the scene and making the point of the scene. It was like, oh, I lost total sight of that.
It's
But I
fine.
think-
Again, I'm glad because it gives you that opportunity. That's what happens. So now you know that. So now you go back and you practice how to make all that stuff so brief.
Right.
Right.
You
And
know,
you're
even the
showing,
children. Yeah.
I like that you're showing what a huge difference camera angle can make. And
Right.
I love that idea, like, oh, you could turn off the camera so that you can do it, so you could get down
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And doing split screen, which where two different feelings can be shown at once, and
Yes.
it's not really a scene between them.
Yes.
Again, like I just can picture, if you practice it enough in rehearsal, you just have to learn to be short and shut up so
Yeah.
that the other side can talk, right?
You are absolutely correct in that. And I would say, like, really the line that needed to be, this is the funnest day of my life, was one line. You didn't know that, so you wouldn't. And I'm more afraid than I've ever been in my life. And if you'd had those two lines, That would show the deeper story and the whole story. The other thing too, I'll just show you this for fun. But we do it where if somebody turns off their camera, you know they're going to be doing something, and you turn off your camera and you wait to see what they're going to do. And we have all these positions. We have certain positions that we can do. So I'm standing over my laptop. We did this in the show that you saw, Ed, too, with the trees. The trees that had been blown over. So that can be kind of
If someone
fun.
turns off their computer, that's a cue to just wait until they turn it back on?
Yes, and you turn it off too, but you get ready to move your computer. So for example,
To
let's
mirror
just-
what they're doing.
yeah, so you're gonna meet, we do it the same right now. We don't usually do different. So I turn it off. Suppose Ed right now, if Ed was the teller's actor, he would keep his on. Diana would turn hers off. Then I would go to a position, and then you would get your computer down on the floor ready to go. And then like I'm up here, so then you start turning, you get yourself set up, so turn your cameras on, something like this. And there you are. And then, so then we're all, the rest of us, we have 4 boxes. So then we would have another person doing this. And then Ed is there and we're here. And he's like, but my trees, I miss you. Oh, and we're all here. Okay, good. And then, then from here, you turn off. And then you bring your camera back, your computer back up. You turn it on while you're off screen, so that you're ready to go into the next.
How can you turn it on when you're off screen?
How can you turn on your computer if you're off screen?
Yeah, do you have a separate monitor and keyboard? Is that
No,
how?
I have a laptop. I keep my cursor on the stop video button.
Oh,
So if I go here, then that gets me off, and then I come back up. I get myself off screen. I just reach my hand over, hit the button, and my screen comes on.
brilliant. Keep the cursor on the off screen button. Okay.
Yeah, lots of time like working on all this little business. So friends, Diana, you can come back on if you want to. That was excellent and fun. So we're done, but I want everybody just to say one takeaway from today. Just like, let's pop around and say one takeaway that you had from today, and then I will free you to your next activity of your life.
Well, I have to say that the three line exercise is just so powerful, and I just totally forgotten about that method, and it's amazing. It's really amazing how it can make things concise.
Yes, good, Ed. Yes, I agree. It's very helpful. It helped our company a lot to get our scenes really tight and crisp for the most part. And unless we get too excited and we forget.
Well, the playing with the camera angles, that's fun. That's, we've been like basically sitting. So yeah, that's really cool.
And I want to, oh, I'm sorry, are you done with it?
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, let's go around here and then I'll
Okay.
get to your question.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, what I completely forgot about cloth, since I haven't been in person. And then I put this over my head and I became someone else, like I almost became a new character, and I forgot about that. Cause I wasn't doing it in person, I was just doing it on Zoom, but now.
Yeah, bring the cloth back, baby. Bring the cloth.
Yeah, we'll bring the clothes back, Diane.
Ditto the things everybody else said, plus I'm really going to think about that, like how it helps the audience if you tag a character in some visual component, and that being more needed on Zoom than in person. So, and kind of keeping the core of playback, but seeing, well, what does this particular Zoom playback need in order to be effective? So I like that. Yeah, that's one of the things
Well
I'm
said,
thinking.
yeah. I think that's really important. I think it's like you said, you brought up a really good point. We don't want to get distracted with all the props and cloth and all the little gizmos and the lights and everything else we can do. but at the same time, it can help us to bring the deeper story to light in a way that's very powerful.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so I think if we keep our eye on that prize, which is sometimes a challenging thing to do.
Right, right.
My takeaway is how like wonderful you all were to step into things that were not comfortable for you and just give it a go.
Thank
So
you for your
thank you.
Thank you.
encouragement, being
Yeah.
so encouraging.
Oh, my pleasure. I love doing this. It's super fun.
Yeah.
So Lisa, what was your question that you wanted to ask?
So, yeah, I know, so you don't keep the camera off. When people are off, the camera's not necessarily off. You step away. That's your
Yeah.
style of doing it.
That's
And
our
do you
style.
use music or do you not involve music?
We have a musician. Yeah, we have a live musician, and
Okay.
he plays during in this case during silences, although Zoom is getting a little bit better about being crossing over sometimes. But and then also Ivy plays. We have actually two musicians. Three, Duncan plays guitar, but his guitar doesn't sound so good online, so we've minimized that. But so sometimes Ivy will play and sing together. So we have used music a lot. We don't use any canned. I know people do it and it works really well, but we haven't. I mean,
No.
we don't have to because we
Yeah.
have a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
I
had
think
one-
just check. Yeah, go ahead, Anne.
Well, I also had one question of, so when you were saying you do redos in your rehearsals, are you looking at the recording of your online work and choosing things to redo, or is the whole troupe in rehearsal looking at a clip from your show?
That's a great question. So most of the time it's me looking at it, and other people all get the recording. Some people look, some people don't. I don't really require that. But occasionally I have brought on a clip and said, okay, so this is what we're doing. Can you all see how this is not helping us? So I have done both things. Now we've been working together enough. We've been working online, this particular group of folks, for like a year and a half. And so, I can just get to it.
Yeah,
can just
probably don't
get
even
right
need to
into
show
it.
the clip. You can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like you did with us, like, okay, in that story,
Yeah.
let's redo this. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And then we do just kind of like I took you kind of through a red thread process. Like, okay, we try it. And then I go, okay, we don't have to say that much. Let's do it again. Let's do it with less talking. And then we do it again. And then people are like, oh, just like y'all did,
Yeah.
including myself. What other questions do you have?
Oh, I had.
I have just a quick question, technical question. How do you play the music how do you play music if like you're doing a scene and you want music, one person plays the music and the other person, two people say are talking, or it won't work? I thought it won't work, right?
Yeah, if you have a lot of talking going on, so our music usually plays in between. We also, in our long stories, we go off screen and we do episodes of our stories. So we don't do the whole thing played out. So when we go off screen, then the music comes up, and then when we come back on, and if we're moving, like doing abstract movement, then he might continue to play with us while we do some movement. And then as soon as we start talking, he stops. Do you want to add to that, Anne, or does
No,
that?
that's exactly how we do it also.
Okay.
The musician stays off camera until the very end, when the actors are acknowledged, then the musician
Yes.
is
Yes.
acknowledged too, but other than that,
Yeah, they stay off screen. Ivy, when she plays and sings together, sometimes she comes on screen with, not during a story, but we have, like, when we do actor check-ins, we have a little
yeah.
place. We're trying all kinds of things all the time.
Rosey, I just want to
Yes,
thank you
Lisa.
so much for contributing your expertise here. And even though I wish more people had enjoyed it, had come to learn from it, I really loved working with us as a small group and felt the benefit of getting to really work a lot. Let me see if, I think Dami left. He did. I texted to him, tell him.
Okay.
He was just on baby care. So
yeah.
But
I'll still answer your other question, Lisa, but if people need to leave, you can go. And I also wanted to say too, I think this needs to be 2 hours. Just for the future. That would be my impression. So anyway,
So
but
next week we're on next week, or no? Is that someone else?
there is somebody different is doing it next.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
okay.
a different teacher each
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool.
So, and Lisa and Diana, if you want to be on the mailing list for Red Thread, put your email address in the chat and I'd be happy to put you on the list if you want to come see a show.
Yeah, where are you guys?
Where are we?
Over the world.
We are the world. We are on Zoom.
Oh, right. Mm.
Rosie's in Colorado.
I'm in
And,
Colorado.
Oh, okay.
And you have a show coming up. I do recommend, like,
A week from tomorrow, we have a show. Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you
Thank
gonna say?
you.
Sorry, I'm interrupting
well,
you.
just that just the same thing, like the more you guys can watch different
Yeah.
groups perform. So there's 1 week from tomorrow that you're doing. What day is that? The 22nd?
22nd, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think Playback Northwest is doing one on the 25th.
Mm.
True Story Theater is doing one on November 5th. So I can send those to you, Lisa.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Great. Thank you.
And everybody's a little different, which is fun.
Yeah.
No, everybody
And
has their own focus. Yeah.
So people come as an audience and they're not participating, they're watching it, right?
Or being tellers.
Oh,
You-
right. But
you
as
can
if
be
it's
tellers.
the audience. So I've never had that experience on Zoom. I'm excited to
Yeah,
be.
yeah, definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm gonna go, but you guys should feel free to keep going. I'm gonna stop the recording because I assume that's.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you
Cool.
so
Thank you
much.
for having me. It was really
You're
super
welcome,
fun.
and I'll be texting with you. Thank you, Ed, for
Sounds good.
coming. Where's
Thank you,
the,
Ed.
oh, pause, stop.
Thank you, Diana, and Lisa.